Hi, this is Ralph Wallace with the Sequoia Group. What you're going to see is how the AvaTax connector for fax can greatly reduce the time and money you currently spend on tax compliance and improve customer satisfaction. Today, fax makes all calculations based entirely upon your setup, which isn't always up to date or correct, especially with challenging areas like you see below, where each color is a different jurisdiction. Correcting mistakes can be time consuming as well, requiring full credit and rebill to assure proper reporting. And we've discovered at least a dozen ways that standard fax fails with compliance, regardless of setup. In the new world, all calculations are made in the cloud by Avalara. The connector sends all relevant data with each request to assure that every factor that determines an accurate response is considered. Assigning the current tax code is replaced by address verification. Avalara updates your address information with zip plus 4 and translates it to latitude and longitude with rooftop precision. The connector includes a batch update program used for startup that can correct all addresses found in your system. Users have also reported saving thousands by preventing back charges by UPS and FedEx, which are now $15 per address correction. The invoice date is sent to the cloud to assure correct calculations for delayed invoicing and for issuing credits where the original invoice could have used a previous rate. Many states have complicated taxation by the type of carrier used for shipments, and will call pickups by customers automatically correct the destination address to that of your warehouse rather than using the customer's location, which could be in a different jurisdiction. One of the significant limitations found with standard fax is the inability to adhere to state specific taxation at the item level. Some items are taxed in one state, but not another. You're able to associate Avalara tax codes by item or item class to assure compliance, regardless of what you sell or where it is shipped. The customer item configuration program handles some unusual situations some distributors face. One concerns consumable items. You may have a customer who is largely exempt because they resell products, but may use certain ones for their own needs. Here you can specify which items you sell to them that are taxable. There are a number of challenging locations like construction sites or remotely located machinery that have no address. Here you can specify the latitude and longitude to always get the right calculation. The connector facilitates the use of Avalara's exemption certificate management system by automatically sending customer data to their portal in the format they use. That greatly speeds up the ability for you to create campaigns for new customers or for when others are about to expire. You may also download the results in a view and customer inquiry so that your sales department can easily see what certs are active. Two other challenges fax cannot address on its own are for single article tax found in states like Tennessee or for orders shipped by multiple warehouses. Single article taxes are used for big ticket items and are taxed at one rate up to a threshold with a lower rate for the remainder. Calculations are now made at the line level so that each shipping warehouse and item tells its own story rather than combining them at the invoice level. You must still assign a tax code to each customer and ship to, but in the new world, all this determines is where to put those dollars on your balance sheet via the general ledger posting. Everything else is ignored. For those of you who offer terms-based discounts like 2% if paid within 15 days, there is a tax implication. Most states allow you to report the net amount paid rather than the higher original amount. Don't overpay what you owe. Mistakes can still occur, but are usually of the we didn't know they were exempt nature. And typically you are informed of that when the customer sends a check. Now those corrections can be made via a special type of adjustment. In this case, you apply the check amount to the invoice and adjust the tax. Immediately following, we return you to the order to determine what was originally incorrect. Was it the date, the customer's entity code, the item code, or either origin or destination address? After making the corrections, you click the Recalculate Taxes button afterwards, and we send the new request to verify the correct amount. Best of all, following the update of the cash receipts register, we post two entries in both situations to AvaTax, a reversal of the original and the final corrected answer, leaving a thorough audit trail. The connector retains detailed line-based logs for both sides of the conversation, what is sent to Avalara and their response, including their unique 15-character transaction ID. This is useful should anyone question how a given calculation was made. There are buttons to display either what was sent or what was received. Here is a list of additional features supported by the connector. These are needs not required by every distributor, but provided for those who do. Should your internet service go down, there's a way to temporarily turn off the connector so that your sales staff can continue to enter orders and print pick tickets, just not invoice them yet. When it comes back up, you switch the connector back on and run a program to update orders that were not originally calculated. That allows them to be invoiced and normal operation resumes. We'll conclude with a few final thoughts. The connector supports virtually all fax versions in use today. After 10 years of use by distributors located across the country and implemented by all Infor-Fax partners, it now deals with every sales tax challenge thrown at it. And we commit to update it as necessary, like with Florida's discretionary sales surtax introduced last year. So choose to cut your cost, not compliance. Should you face an audit, there are no worries. Your customers will appreciate the assured accuracy it delivers. Thank you for your time.